A Central Kentucky church is the latest to show their support for law enforcement. We'll show you how they're reaching out. We're learning more about 4 Kentuckians who were killed in a boating accident in Georgia. And state and local leaders gathering in Nicholasville to break ground on a new $15 million facility to help children.
This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. Sam, Dick, and Amber Philpott reporting. Investigators continue to try and find the motive in the shooting of 3 police officers.
Former Marine Sergeant Gavin Long opened fire on officers in Baton Rouge, Louisiana yesterday, killing 3 and injuring 3 others. Police later shot and killed Long. They plan to update their investigation later today. Back here in Kentucky, the Winchester Police Department received a special token of appreciation this weekend. As Rebecca Smith reports, it comes at a time when many officers feel their jobs have been harshly criticized. It's our top story at 4:30.
What may appear to be just a piece of quilted fabric is anything but. This prayer blanket is just the latest token of appreciation the Winchester Police Departments receive from members of the community. In light of recent national news headlines, police departments around the country have been forced into the spotlight. The solution, Chief Kevin Palmer says, is input from the community.
They need to tell us on things that we need to work on and places that we need to be seen more, or activities or things that are going on in their community or their area or their neighborhood that needs our attention.
Right now, the Winchester Police Department is preparing for the Daniel Boone Festival coming up Labor Day weekend.
Chief says they'll have to do things a little bit different because officers have been targeted, first in Dallas, now in Louisiana.
But at the end of the day, the officers want to feel safe in their jobs. That has to slow us down, and that has to affect how we deliver services.
The First Presbyterian Church joins a list of others in Winchester who've reached out to their officers.
We didn't ask them to do this, and they didn't tell us they were doing it. They just, it was prayers for the department for our safety.
In Clark County, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
Chief Palmer told us he is concerned that the national spotlight will affect recruitment efforts within the police department. He said it was already difficult to get qualified applicants hired. An overnight fire forced a family from their home. That fire started around midnight on Sea Ridge Road near the Bluegrass Parkway in Anderson County. No one was hurt in the fire, but firefighters say the home was destroyed. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. We'll have the very latest ahead for you on WKYT News at 5:30.
Authorities in Georgia are trying to figure out what caused a boat to flip, killing 4 people from Kentucky. Divers on Lake Lanier found the bodies of Anthony Reese Jr. and Arthur McMahon yesterday morning. Their wives Tammy Reese and Melissa McMahon were found Saturday. The 2 couples were at the lake in Georgia for a charity poker run when the accident happened. The Reeses were from Adair County. The McMahons are from Bullitt County. Their children have released a statement saying, quote, "Our parents meant the world to us. We never realized how much impact they had on people's lives." The statement goes on to say, "They were one of a kind and will be truly missed. Thank you again for your continued prayers." We'll have more on the situation ahead on WKYT News at 5:30. More of the same for our weather forecast. Rounds of summer showers and thunderstorms dropping in the area.
It is that time of year. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. Hi, Chris.
Hi, guys. You can really pick out the areas who have had some rain today versus the areas that have stayed mainly dry just by looking at a temperature map. Low 80s southeastern Kentucky, where we had a nice little band of thunderstorms earlier, had some gusty showers and storms, bluegrass region. But look at Danville, 90 degrees, hot spot across the entire state right now, because you have remained relatively dry. Defender Radar Network showing another weakening band of showers and thunderstorms crossing right on top of the Kentucky Speedway here in northern Kentucky. Some of that action is, again, trying to get into central Kentucky. We could pop an isolated shower or thunderstorm this evening. Got one little shower that is to the south of the Frankfort area. That is right on top of Lawrenceburg Road, heading toward Farmdale, and not too far away from the Kentucky River at this point. Out and about this evening, there's a chance for a shower or thunderstorm. A lot of us will stay dry. Temperatures will remain muggy as we keep the readings into the mid and upper 70s right on through 11 o'clock this evening. We'll come back with a new hour-by-hour forecast to take you into the middle of the work week in about 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Well, today starts our Scam Week series here on WKYT. Summer's a popular time for salespeople to come knocking on your door. Some of them are legit. Others you need to be aware of before you sign for what they're selling. The Better Business Bureau of Central and Eastern Kentucky gets a lot of complaints about home security companies stopping by your home and wanting to sell you a security system.
I wished I'd never let him in the door. I wished he'd never got in the door.
Amber's at the live desk now with our investigative reporter Miranda Combs with more on this story that she's working on for tonight at 6. Amber?
Sam, thank you. Boy, this is something that can affect all of us. You talk to a spokesperson for the BBB. You ask him, what are some of the most popular summer scams? This one was top of the list.
It was, and it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone that comes to your door selling security systems in the summer is out for no good. It just means this is the #1 complaint that they get at the BBB is referencing these home security systems.
You've got somebody in this story that felt like they were actually wronged by this particular security company.
Right, they say they hadn't even been considering a home security system, but this salesman shows up, talks to him for 30 minutes, and they think, hey, this isn't a bad idea. Well, then the next day goes by and they think, this was a bad idea. We shouldn't have done this. Well, there was a 3-day window when they could cancel the service. It said in the contract. So they called, didn't get an answer, called the next day, the last day that they were able to cancel, and then somehow they weren't able to cancel, they say at that point, and they were stuck with a almost $3,000 bill to get the system out of their home or keep paying monthly.
So do I give it away and ask you what happened next?
Don't ask, because I won't tell you.
Okay.
But there was a change of course, and we'll talk about it. And
All
we'll talk
right.
about that security system in particular tonight.
So important for all of us out there that might have someone come to your door and want to provide a service. We'll see that tonight at 6. Sam?
Ground has been broken on a new youth center here in central Kentucky. The Kentucky United Methodist Homes for Children and Youth started work this morning on the state-of-the-art facility in Nicholasville. WKYT's Mike Byer is in Jessamine County to tell us all about it.
Kentucky United Methodist Homes for Children and Youth, along with many state and local leaders, broke ground this morning on a new $15 million youth center. It was all part of a special ceremony held for the future youth center located at 1115 Ash Grove Road in Nicholasville. The 31,000 square foot facility will provide many programs and opportunities for abused, neglected, and abandoned children. Built around their futures will be a new 12,500 square foot chapel and training center. The project will take this historic home and turn it into an administrative space. It will also feature a state-of-the-art program building, paddocks for equine therapy, and an on-campus learning facility.
To be able to build a new facility that will meet the future need of kids, and for us to reallocate some of the resources so that we can do a new thing and reach out into the community is really what's most exciting about it.
Now, the entire project is expected to be completed just 12 short months from now. In Jessamine County, Mike Byer, WKYT.
And construction for the project is expected to begin within the next few weeks.
Kim Kardashian is using the power of Snapchat to reignite the feud between her husband Kanye West and Taylor Swift. More on the takedown ahead.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
A little mix of sun and some clouds across the area this afternoon. Shower, thunderstorm trying to bubble up, having a little more difficult go at it than what we had early in the day. A live look outside. Looking at our front porch, heading over Winchester Road, Hamburg Pavilion in the distance, and you do indeed pick up on some sun versus the clouds that are out there. 84 degrees, Lexington feels a little warmer than that because humidity's up there 58%, just like what we've had about every day this summer. That turns a little steamy. Winds are gusting up too, this time out of the west at around 7 miles per hour. Showers, thunderstorms, impressive into Indiana. They did not like crossing the river into the Bluegrass State. They are pulling a disappearing act as of now. Still, though, out ahead of that with a little gust of wind that is coming from these thunderstorms that are collapsing. You can sometimes get a little scatter shower or storm to go up, and that's exactly what we are seeing. Hey, Versailles here into Woodford County, a couple of neighborhoods, maybe just a few houses, may hear rain on the roof right now. Your neighbor beside you may not hear a drop of rain. That's how small that shower is. That continues back to the west of us into parts of the Louisville metro area. And you see that big, impressive line of storms dropping out of Indianapolis and heading toward the Bluegrass State, and it is fizzling out as we speak. Still, though, with that front to the north, we got to watch a shower or storm to go up later tonight into the day tomorrow. How do we look over the next week in terms of rainfall? Wednesday, the lowest chance that I've got for the next week. The deeper we get into the weekend, we have a much better chance for some showers and storms, and I think that's going to ramp up late weekend and early next week especially. How about we concentrate on the next 3 days ahead of us, shall we? Your Tuesday forecast, a storm or two will be around. Any boomer that goes up can have some locally heavy downpours. Best chance tomorrow, southern Kentucky. We're looking in your direction. Wednesday, middle of the work week, small chance for a thunderstorm. typical July temperatures, a lot of mid and upper 80s that will show up. Mainly dry on Wednesday, and the air will not be as bad. Humidity will drop as well. Oh, it's going to increase again on Thursday. We're going to steam it up, and by the end of the day, we may storm it up with a storm or two dropping from northwest to southeast. So that's the breakdown of the next 3 days. Here's what it looks like across the entire area. I still think this model may be missing a little thunderstorm or two out there tomorrow. Temperatures by noontime, low 80s, but the drier air is coming at us from north to south. So southern Kentucky stands to reason you have the best shot of seeing a little thunderstorm or two. Wednesday, absolutely gorgeous in the morning, low 60s. Look at the 60 degrees showing up into Somerset. Low humidity out there too. About your Wednesday afternoon. Told you it's a mainly dry day, though still in a pattern like this with the front putting the brakes on to our south. We can crank out at least a storm or two. 7-day forecast. It's a familiar theme until we get toward the end of the week. If we're going to get hot this summer, and let's face it, we have not had very many hot days around here. Yes, it's been humid, but in terms of the actual temperatures, just a handful of 90-degree thermometer readings so far. If it's going to do it this summer, it better get after it. Summer's running out of time, and later this week we have the best shot. But I'll tell you, thunderstorms are going to try to fight in. They're going to try to punch back at the heat. Maybe a nice little duel coming up later Friday and Saturday.
We will see what happens with that duel, it sounds like.
Make sure it's pay-per-view on that one. You know,
there you go.
For it.
Chris, thank you.
The best around strut their stuff for Lexington Restaurant Week. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about at the kickoff today.
Get your taste buds ready. It is a great opportunity to eat at one of your favorites or try something new.
Yeah, 44 of the best locally owned restaurants are getting ready to wow you for Lexington Restaurant Week. Our Deanne Stevens is out and about with some chefs at the Apiary. Hey, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are here at the Apiary preparing for the big kickoff happening here in just a little bit for Lexington Restaurant Week. And listen, we got all these chefs back here in the kitchen preparing the goodies for folks to come and get a little taste of. Love hanging out with these two, Jeremy from Azure and Cole from Coles. I love that you guys are working together on this. I mean, this doesn't get to happen, but what, once a year?
Well, what's neat about tonight is it's the kickoff for all the chefs where, we get to come and play with each other, which is kind of fun. We never get to, we're stuck in our own kitchens, but a lot of what it is to be a chef is camaraderie and ideas, and I mean, there's no way a kitchen can survive without teamwork. So that's what this is all about.
And Cole, you too, do you guys give each other tips, or do you say, hey, I never thought to use that, or do you
Oh, absolutely. It's a constant learning process, I wouldn't call it competition because you're just kind of pushing each other to try something new, or being a chef, you go out anywhere, you pick little pieces from this and that, and you bring them home and make them your own.
Well, I love that you guys said we go to each other's restaurants, which I think speaks huge. It speaks volumes for both of your places, obviously.
When you're talking about chefs of this caliber, it's not a competition, it's a learning experience, like you said. I get so many ideas from chefs. I mean, I love chefs, that's why I wanted to be one.
Right.
So, but we're hanging out, playing together. Tonight we're serving a spicy pimento cheese fritter. Ooh. So imagine fried cheese. Who didn't like that? Got some
I'm imagining it, honey. It sounds amazing.
Pureed Kentucky peaches, and I've got a little pureed peach chutney. We've got a little cilantro greens, and my man Cole over here is going to be putting some liquid nitrogen on a peach slice.
Now, what does that do to them?
Well, we want to have a sub-zero Kentucky peach. So imagine this fritter here is hot and warm and spicy, right?
Right.
Well, a better way to cool it down than something like sub-zero.
Makes sense.
We have got a great little frozen peach in no time. Isn't that cool?
That is super cool.
And we'll just put that right on the dish. But I really want you to try the.
You eat that together?
You do. I think it's kind of a bite than a bite, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So I would start with the fritter and roll it around the sauce.
Okay.
And then just pop it in your mouth, the whole thing.
Oh, the whole thing.
Go for it.
Okay, you're gonna take the microphone after I pop this whole thing in my mouth.
I'll
take over.
We'll talk you through it. So take a bite. So you've got, kind of ooey gooey warm cheese, a little bit of spice. Then what I like to do is take the peach and just bite a little piece off. And sometimes if the peach is still frozen, we call it dragon breath because you can bite it and you'll have steam coming out of your mouth.
That's not very nice.
Not real dragon breath. But so you get the hot and the cold. A lot of fun.
Oh my gosh. Absolutely.
Great.
Delicious. Here's how you can benefit from all that these amazing chefs are putting together for Lexington Restaurant Week. Go online right now, check out the restaurants that are participating. Get your babysitter. Make your plans to participate. How many days is Lexington Restaurant Week?
10 days from what I remember, correct?
And are you ready, Cole?
Oh, we're all set.
All set. I think everybody's set.
It's Monday. We are starting to get ready now for Thursday.
I bet. Things are kicking off on Thursday for Lexington Restaurant Week. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys. Ooh, I love Lexington Restaurant Week.
There you go, dinner taken care of.
She has all the fun. What can I say?
Every overworked mother's fantasy comes to the big screen, and the newest Ghostbusters movie comes up short at the weekend box office.
Brian Webb has your eye on entertainment.
The Secret Life of Pets scared away the ghost at the box office. The animated film stayed on top, raking in $50.6 million in ticket sales. Ghostbusters, the all-female reboot of the 1980s blockbuster, made $46 million in its debut. 3 overextended, overstressed moms run away from their husbands, kids, and their seemingly perfect peers in the female road trip film Bad Moms. Kristen Bell says going on a wild, unmom-like binge is every mother's fantasy.
It's a realistic, comedic portrayal of what I think every woman who has had a kid has gone through.
Mila Kunis and Kathryn Hahn round out the trio of moms on the run. Bad Moms opens July 29th. A new documentary feeds America's ongoing fascination with the late John F. Kennedy Jr. I Am JFK Jr., a tribute to a good man, follows Kennedy's life as a toddler in the White House to his death in a 1999 plane crash at age 38. It features interviews with celebrities and politicians who knew him well. The film comes to select theaters Friday. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Brian Webb for CBS News, New York.
Kentucky native George Clooney is the latest A-lister to be targeted by a psychotic stalker. The Oscar winner was granted a 5-year restraining order against a man who has been threatening his family and harassing him with, quote, delusional and disturbing documents. The 189 documents featured an assassination plot of George H.W. Bush and the murder of 6-year-old pageant queen JonBenet Ramsey back in 1996. The man is currently being kept under psychiatric evaluation.
The beef between Kanye West and Taylor Swift is heating up again. West's wife, Kim Kardashian, posted a Snapchat video of an old phone call between the two Grammy winners. In it, West tells Swift he is going to rap about her in a new song with lyrics suggesting that they should have sex. Swift seems to give her approval and thanks West for asking her in advance. But when the song Famous came out earlier this year, he also added a derogatory word about her. At first, Swift denied knowing anything about the song. She is now acknowledging the call with West, but says the audio proves she never gave approval to that derogatory word being used.
Coming up, some special fun for children of soldiers who've been deployed overseas. The force just might be with them.
Well, another day, it's hot, maybe the chance for some pop-up showers. It's summer, right?
I think we've been on this trip before, this journey, Chris. We've heard a lot, this pattern that just seems to stay with us, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much the movie Groundhog Day. It's just playing out in the summertime as opposed to the wintertime around here. Every day, the same with typical July temperatures and the threat for a shower or thunderstorm. Right now, those readings are generally 80 to 85 into much of central and eastern Kentucky. A little more in the way of some cloud cover now showing up on that Frankfort and Lexington cam as opposed to the Jackson sky cam. Look at that view, though. Absolutely gorgeous. See some of those cirrus clouds in the distance. What are we finding in terms of actual rain? Big complex of thunderstorms. Oh, about 2 hours ago. Look how it falls apart as it reaches central and eastern Kentucky. Boundary is still there to maybe fire up another round later this evening into the wee hours of the morning. That's a sign of things to come, as later in the week we'll steam it up and we also storm it up. 7-day forecast will come a little later on. Right now, let's get a check on traffic, see how things are moving on the roads. Here is Officer Don.
Slowdowns where we expect this afternoon, but no collisions. Just checked Harrodsburg Road through the crossover and just normal delays there. North side looks okay, too. Heavy traffic, of course, still on Nicholasville Road from the Circle. That clears up just past Man-O-War, not a big problem. Drive times right now, holding our own to Frankfort, 24 minutes, to Paris, looking at 19, and to Richmond over in Madison County across the Clays Ferry Bridge from Lexington, 24 minutes. Now back to the studio.
Officer Don, thank you. A group of children take on the dark side and a strange pet and his favorite snack. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
Children of deployed soldiers got to take on the dark side and try their hands at Star Wars. The event was a day of play to remind some Utah children that they are not alone, even though their parents might be overseas. Children got to play laser tag with what appeared to be real-life stormtroopers, Darth Vader, and more. Those who went say that it's these get-togethers that lift everyone up and remind military families that they have support back in the community. That's so important.
It is important. All right, move over, faithful dogs. A South Florida man has opted for a different animal best friend, a 13-foot alligator. Gwendolyn, the gator, loves pizza, by the way, and chocolate chip cookies. And she's been in the care of David Van Buren for the past 47 years. David even took her to college with him.
You're kidding.
In 1994, the state took Gwendolyn away, but ultimately a judge ruled that David could keep her. But now that she's 13 feet long, Fish and Wildlife are again asking some questions. They say for David to keep the gator, he'll need to make some changes to his home. He says he's willing to do whatever it takes. Who knew? Chocolate chip cookies and pizza.
Yeah, well, that's a really unique relationship. You don't.
47 years.
Yeah, in fact, he could reach his hand out and be totally safe.
You just never know in this segment what we're going to give you.
You never
So there
know.
you go. On that note, please stick with us. Here's what's coming your way now at 5 o'clock.